But it's time now to take a bit of a different path. Amy Forrester is about to join us. She rode at the iconic Landor meeting last week. It's a meeting she rides at each and every year, and she rode 3 winners on the program, including one of the features, the ladies' bracelet, to talk a bit about her weekend and also the weekend itself. Amy joins us. Good afternoon, Amy. How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, really well, thanks. Appreciate your time. First of all, a week and a bit on from Landor Cup Day. What did you make of it all?
Oh, it was awesome. Like it, as you said, I go every year. It's always a little bit of a trek to get up there, and the lead up to Landor is always a bit hectic, packing and getting organised for the weekend away. But it's always worth it. And as you say, when you're riding, if you get a few winners under your belt, it always makes the weekend pretty good.
Just looking at the landscape and the bird's eye view of the race course.
It's not close to anything.
It's extraordinary. You can't see anything as far as the eye can see from this picture. And I see all the vans and the campers set up ready for the weekend. What's the spirit like amongst the community? And even looking at pictures, there seems to be plenty of people that get along and support it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Good numbers again this year, and everybody that goes up there is just, really, really keen to get amongst all the action of the races and, all the activities that go on around the shed. Sort of helped out a bit with the committee doing some setup and that, and you get to chat to some people out in the visitors area and all throughout the camps, and everyone's just, really stoked to be there, and just good vibes the whole way through.
So paint us a bit of a picture, Amy. I know your family's involved, but how long have you been going up there, and how long have you been riding for?
So I've been going to Landor since I was very young, but probably consistently for the last 10 years since I started race riding. I had my first race ride back in 2015. I've probably done, I think it's 7 or 8 years up there now riding. So, as you say, I've got a lot of family up there, but as well as going up and catching up with all the family and friends that I've got up there, I just love getting out there and riding. Obviously, it's pretty hard track, but it's just so much fun. Once you get the first race under your belt and you blow the cobwebs out, you just get right into it, and it's a really fun weekend. 3
wins a week and a bit ago, and what was a successful day to you. Clearly, you know a little bit about the track and how exactly it operates. Can you give us a little bit of an insight as to what you've planned for it over the last few years?
Yeah, well, you sort of, once you've ridden on it a few times, you get to know the track, as you say. Like, not everybody knows, but the starts up there are walk-up starts, so learning how to do the starts is the first thing to get under your belt.
Can I just touch on the starts, Amy? How do they enact the starts then? So it's a walk-up start. What's the process?
Yeah, so basically you ride out, you do your prelims and cruise out to the starting gates or starting line, if you will. All the starts have got chutes, so you sort of go down there, and the starter will be down there on a horse, and you've got a few clerks there to help hold horses if you need to, but basically you know your barrier yourself. You get around to the start, and the starter will get you to call out your barrier number, and so we all yell out our numbers, and then between whoever's out there, we figure out where to line up, and you line up, and then the starter asks you to walk forward, and then you basically, he'll either, if he's happy with the line, he'll just let you go, but if there's a few horses playing up, they might send you back to the start, but you've got to be pretty basically ready to go as soon as you get out there, because they, as I say, once he's happy with a line, he'll just say go, and you've got to, whether you're looking the right way or not, you got to get going.
And the track itself, as Seb touched on, talk to us about the track. It's not your traditional sort of oval, is it? It's a bit of a different shape, and the racing pattern itself, it's pretty helter-skelter from the start, isn't it?
Yeah, like if you look at the track from an aerial, it is a bit of a circle, really. Obviously, like I say, we've got the starting chute, so most of the starts you've got a fairly straight start, and then once you get down onto the track, you sort of just have to, the best option is to try and find the rail or one off the rail if you've got some clear running in front of you. It's a pretty hard track. Obviously, being out in the bush, it's a dirt track, and it's not like an oiled track like up north. It's just a dirt track, and there's the odd rock and that floating around. So you try and stay out of the backlash if you can. But once you get up closer to the straight, there's no straight, obviously, being a bit of a circle. Mm-hmm. So you sort of, once you get up past the 400, the shortest way home is to really find the rail and try and cut in. And the smart jockeys, the ones that have been there the longest, you really just sort of read the play a lot, and usually quite often if you get lucky and you're sitting behind the leader, that leader might drift off on the corner and you can get the cutaway. So it's a funny track, but it is what it is, and like I say, you just have to ride the track to the conditions and do your best.
Now, horses and jockeys. So horses, some of the races up there, any horse can enter. If you raced at Mount Magna or whatever the week before, you can come up and enter the race. There's other races where I think it's called district qualified races where the horse can't have run anywhere else for 6 months. They're basically Landor horses that come out there and race only at Landor once a year. And I think the Cup and the Bracelet are district qualified races. What about the jockeys? Who rides up there and what do you have to do to qualify as a jockey or to become a jockey at Landor?
So to ride as a jockey at Landor, you have to hold a fast work track licence with Ralwa. So all the riders up there obviously hold a fast work licence, and we also get cleared by the stewards before riding. And obviously, if you're an ex-jockey, I think it's I couldn't tell you exactly, but I think it's around 3 or 4 years. You have to wait before you're allowed to ride at Landor if you've retired. There is a certain amount of years. But obviously, you've just got to hold a fast work track licence and make sure the stewards are happy with your riding, and then get into it basically. There's obviously, there is weight restrictions somewhat, but it's best not to be too light up there, because then you have to carry a lot of extra weight. The minimum weight is 68, so if you don't want to be too light, otherwise you have to add all that weight onto your saddle. So that sort of plays a role in it as well, making sure you're not underweight or overweight. You
talk about the track being pretty rough and some of the rocks and mindies, no doubt, throughout it as well. Have you ever fallen off one there at Landor?
Not in a race. I do have a bit of an embarrassing story parading out one a few years ago. We hadn't even started the race, but I was on a little filly that was sort of ducking and weaving, and she just stepped the wrong way, and I got dropped right in front of the crowd.
Oh, no.
But, I did manage to get back up and sort myself out and get back on the horse and ride in the race. So, but that's probably, touch wood, my worst fall at Landor. You do your best to stay on there. So it's a pretty hard track, so it's a good incentive to hold on.
What about the rest of the weekend? I know you often compete in the Gymkhana. Not sure if you did it this year, but the Gymkhana is there on the Sunday, and a lot of the riders will compete in that Gymkhana, as well as a lot of other people enter the Gymkhana on Sunday. What else goes on up there at Landor throughout the weekend? Because it's not all about the racing.
Yeah, no, there's lots on. So it all kind of starts on the Thursday night. They host a big barbecue that's basically open to everybody that goes up there. So the committee do a massive job putting on like roast beef and gravy rolls and fish and all sorts. And they play a presentation, and it's great for everyone to sort of catch up at that night. And then Friday night they hold a kids party for all the kids there. So there's a ball theme each year and a kids party theme. So they deck the hall out in all these decorations, and the kids have a party, and then they run the Calcutta on Friday night for the Saturday feature, the Bracelet. And then obviously races on Saturday, and then Saturday night they hold a big ball up in the shed there, which is always a bit of a draw card. So there's always a theme, and everybody always dresses up to the theme. This year was Casino Royale, so there was lots of ball gowns and bow ties and all the rest of it. The committee do a huge job setting up the hall and getting the weekend together. And then, the Gymkhana on the weekend, so everyone gets their ponies and Gymkhana horses out. I haven't done the Gymkhana the last couple of years, not taking a horse myself and sort of focusing more on the races, but it is good fun. It sort of, gets you out of bed on a Sunday. So that's always fun. And then the Sunday night they do presentations for those, and that's a really big event for all the people that take their Gymkhana horses. There's a huge amount of prizes to be won in that Gymkhana, so the presentation's quite a big feature for those goers. And then Monday races, which is sometimes not always as busy as the Saturday, but it's the Monday race is always super fun, and the Cup's the pinnacle really of the weekend. And then yeah, for all the organisers and the jockeys and the riders and everything, Monday night's usually a bit of a blowout. You can sort of relax.
The trip home on Tuesday is always plenty of fun, I reckon. Hey, Amy.
Yeah.
Craig and Sandy went to your uncle and auntie. Sandy seems like she works 12 months of the year getting ready for Landor, and they always take horses up, but they've had a bit of a lean run, it's fair to say, in recent years. I don't think they've won a race for 2 or 3 years, apart from maybe when your horse won up there a few years ago, but it must have been a massive thrill for yourself to ride Mystery Bullet for Craig and Sandy to win the ladies' bracelet.
Oh, yeah, it was massive. Like you say, we've had a few quiet years, a bit of a drought, if you will. So, it was just fantastic. Like, they've done a great job with their horses this year. And, Mystery Bullet, he's just the coolest horse. Like, he trots out like a pony. Like, to see him trot out onto the track, you sort of think, geez, he looks half asleep. But he's got a wicked little turn of foot, and it was just the best feeling. I've actually run second in that race like 2 or 3 times now, and so I'm quite close second. So I was really been hanging out to win it for a while. So it was a really great feeling. Yeah, the horse just did all the work for me. Really, he didn't really get the kick, you might say. He sort of sat back, but like I mentioned before, we kind of just sat back and watched all the horses drift off the fence, and then took the corner and took the shortest way home. And he did the rest. So that was awesome. And then he won again on the Monday in a 1,400 metre as well, and in a very similar fashion, he just kind of sat there and then kicked away at the end and left him for dead. So he's a wicked horse. I think they're going to start him in Geraldton as well, so he might be one to watch there.
Yeah, he might. Go on.
Their other horse, Multi-Nova Man, he won just cantered home in his 14 on Saturday and ran a good third in the Cup. Would have been nice to get a bit closer, but we'll blame that on the jockey, maybe.
or the weight. Weight does stop trains. If there was ever a horse...
That's true.
He
does get a lot of weight.
Yeah, it was ever a horse that was going to be suited to Landor was Multi-Nova Man. I called Carnarvon last season, Seb, and this horse just would not go on the barriers. He just hated the barriers. Ray Malpass had the horse 3 or 4 times. He got withdrawn at the start. So if this is ever a perfect Landor horse, this was it.
Yep.
Got about 78, 79 kilos at last year there, Amy. Didn't run his best race, but clearly enjoyed the walk-up starts there this year.
Yeah, no, he was wicked, and he's a great Landor horse. Like he definitely knew what it was about this year, and got a bit of weight again, but that's life for him. So but he didn't really bother him too much in the shorter race, but certainly the Cup it takes a bit more of a toll those longer races. But he's an awesome horse still. Like you wouldn't think he's a barrier rogue to ride him. He's lovely and quiet and just bowls around. But Landor's certainly the place for him.
Amy, what do you do? I know you've worked for a lot of stables in the past, track rider and whatnot, and you were up there at Geraldton on Sunday hosting the fashions on the field. Do you have much to do with the racing industry day to day at the moment, or?
Still just riding track work in at Ascot there for Mitch Pateman and Josh Brown, so that sort of keeps me fit and keeps me involved. And like I say, I do a little bit with the Geraldton Turf Club here and there with their bigger days. That's sort of it as far as racing. I've dabbled in racing management and a few other things, but my background's in marketing and events, so I'm working for the charity Variety WA at the moment as an event coordinator, but I turn my hand to a few different things, so I keep my finger in the racing industry a little bit just through track work. Awesome stuff. Back up there at Landor for 2026? No doubt I'll be there. Awesome stuff. Hey, Amy, thanks so much for your time. It's been great to get to know a bit more about the Landor races for those that weren't aware, and to hear about your great weekend up there as well. Congratulations. Thank you. No, thanks for having me.